Hello, Steve Mills here, back with another episode of the Results Podcast. I know it's been some time, hasn't it? You know, I've been quite a while without doing another episode, but I'm here, I'm back. What can I say? I've just been busy like a lot of people. But I do intend really ramping it up right now and really going for it and getting a lot more information, tips, lots happening in the world of marketing recently. And I want to talk to you about one area, not really of marketing, but just an area that I think is really important right now. And that is the area called coaching. It's becoming very, very popular in this country. Over in countries like the USA, it's been popular for years. And the coaching industry is really, I suppose, exploding. I heard the other day, for example, that online coaching, training and so on is set to hit 4.5 billion with a B worldwide, which is just, an amazing statistic and something that is growing at a rate of knots in the UK. However, here's my point. This particular podcast is called Why Coaches Need Coaches. And it's something that I really quite passionately believe in. I've been a coach now for 27 years. Can you believe that? It's actually, I'm recording this when, on the 26th of April in 2022, and on the 1st of May, so on Sunday, it's now Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday. On Sunday, I've been doing it 27 years. That feels like a lifetime, and it really is. So over a quarter of a century of providing coaching, advice, training, and support to businesses. And in that time, I've had so many different coaches, in different areas, because let's face it, certainly when you start off in business, you don't know everything. You might be a good coach, you might have done a coaching qualification, but how good are you at sales and marketing? One of the biggest problems that coaches have, in fact, I'd even expand that to businesses have, is the ability to make more money, to get more sales, to get more leads, to get more meetings, to convert those meetings into sales. It is a huge problem. In fact, it's such a big problem that 80% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. Not only that, but the average income made by, consultants, trainers, advisors, coaches in the UK, the average amount of money that they make is less than £30,000. Now, you can go and get instead of working your butt off like a lot of coaches do and, being out there every day and sometimes worried where is the next amount of money going to come in, if you're earning less than 25,000 a year, then, you got to do something. You can't just keep going to the networking events and hoping that, one day all of a sudden, you're going to get load more business. Because let me tell you something, it ain't going to work. You've got to try to do something different. And one way of doing something different, or one thing different, is to get a coach. Not necessarily to, help you with your coaching ability. I'm assuming you're good operationally at being a coach, although, we all need to try to improve. But what I'm talking about is a coach to help you with your sales and marketing, because that's the key to your success. If you want to grow your business, your practice, the service that you offer, your coaching program, then there's only one way of doing it. Well, there's sort of two ways, but it's around one thing. You've got to become better at selling. You've got to become better at selling. No matter, it doesn't matter whether you're a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, a life coach, a consultant, a trainer, an advisor, a accountant, a solicitor. No matter what you are and what you do, if you're going to make more money, if you're going to be more profitable, if you're going to develop a business that gives you the life that you wanted, you've got to become better at selling and marketing. It is as simple as that. So what we're talking about here in terms of selling and marketing is slightly different to what a lot of people's impression of marketing is. A lot of people's impression of marketing is, right, I need a new website because my website doesn't look very good. Or I need to improve my profile on LinkedIn. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about marketing purely from a lead generation point of view. That's what I do. I help people to generate more leads. I'm not what I call a classic marketer who's going to look at your design and tell you that your logo doesn't look as good as it could. Who gives a rat's ass about your logo? The answer's only you. You're the only person, unless you're Nike or Apple, and you've got a very famous logo and you've got a very famous brand and business. Nobody could care less what your logo looks like at all. So what you need to do is to focus on lead generation. That's what's going to get you the business, not the branding, not the awareness. Leads. Getting more Facebook likes is okay, but you can't stick that in a bank. And what I want to help you to do is to get some money into that bank so you can invest it more, you can live the life you choose, and you can be successful. Now, there's no use generating a load of leads until and unless you're really good at converting those leads. And I speak to so many coaches and consultants, advisors and business owners out there, and they tell me things like, well, I'm really good at selling. And I say, oh, right, so how much training have you done? I've never done any training. Well, give me a break. If you're good at something, you've got to have done some training. You can't just wing it and hope. When I then ask them, so how do you defend price? When somebody says you're too expensive, what do you do? What about when somebody says, I want to think about it? What do you actually do? Talk me through your sales process. Tell me about how you win business from referral. What's your system for doing so? And do you know what I get? I get lots of, well, I've not really got one of those, Steve. And so, the answer to that question, how good are you at selling, is actually not very good at all, because I've never been bothered doing any training. I don't have a coach. I've nobody to help me, and I'm just bumbling along doing my best with what I've got. And, if that's you and that's where you want to stay, getting the same results that you've always got, then carry on doing that. But if you want to raise your game, and do better, then, you need a coach. And I'd love to talk to you about that. I'm sure if you're in the coaching industry, consulting or, advisory industry generally, you'll have heard of a guy called Tony Robbins. He's mildly successful. I think he turns over something like 3.2 billion, and I've just made that up. But I don't think I'm a million miles away from where he is. Probably, almost certainly, the most successful coach, trainer, advisor in the world. And one of the things that Tony says is that if you're going to be more successful, it's really simple. He said it comes down to 3 words, just 3 words. And those 3 words are raise your game. Raise your game. Raise your coaching game. Raise your game called selling your coaching services. Raise your games called creating more leads. Raise your game called converting more of those leads into sales, and so on and so forth. So one of the things about coaching is, if you're a coach, is it's about helping people people to get what they want, helping them to raise their game. But if you're not willing to do it yourself, then for me, it's almost like, if I'm a coach and I tell you, I believe in coaching. Coaching's fantastic. We all need a coach. And then you say to me, have you got a coach, Steve? And I go, no. It's like, what? He's telling me everybody needs a coach and, I should have a coach, but he's not gone and got himself one. Now, I will tell you now that I have spent out of my own money over £150,000 on coaching. £150,000. I've been coached by some of the world's leading sales and marketing experts. People like Tony Robbins, people like Frank Kern and Grant Cardone and Jay Abraham and so on and so forth. So, if you want to live at that level, if you want to raise your game, then, by all means, come and book a meeting with me. I'm not going to give you a hard sell. I'm going to talk to you about your business. I'm going to find out what you're doing right now. I'm going to give you some ideas in that session, that initial session, that I think you can use to develop your business. And then at the end, I'm going to talk to you about what I can do to help you going forward. Now, I think that's a pretty good deal. If you do too, then book a meeting. Now, to book a meeting, all you need to do is to go to my website, which is steve-mills.com. And you'll see on the homepage, there's a big button, big gold button. It says book a results awareness meeting. And all you need to do is to click on that. And then that gives you access to my diary. So you can see my online diary. You can see when I'm available. And you can just book a meeting that's at a time that suits you. How cool is that? So that's it. So thank you ever so much for listening. And don't forget to, sign up to my podcast so you get made aware of everything that that I'm doing. So subscribe to the podcast, and that's it. Thank you very much, and look forward to hearing from me. Thank you.